This presentation will discuss the problem of childhood obesity, the fact that we need to move away from the idea that it is an individual problem and look to society as a whole to be able to combat obesity in our children. Though there have been many advancements because of research in this area, such as the healthcare reform law, we still need the support of our communities through awareness and training or framing of the consequences of obesity. According to the above graph, childhood obesity has doubled in children ages 2 to 5. It's tripled in children ages 6 to 11, and more than tripled in children ages 12 to 19. It is believed that these statistics are higher in minorities, which include the blacks and Hispanics. The age group of 2 to 5 peaked between 2000 and 2005. If children become obese in the early years, then chances are they will become obese in adult years. This may lead to many of them suffering from diseases such as psychological problems, diabetes, heart attacks, stroke, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and many others. There are so many diseases that can befall our children that it seems to me we may be killing them before they have a chance to grow up. Our lifestyles of food on the go, larger portions, unhealthy foods, lack of activity, and possible genetic defects all contribute to the problems of obesity. Let's look at our environment. Everything is geared to sell, making our children the center point of the interest. Everyone wants everything to be supersized so they don't feel hungry. The more we consume, the more our children consume. Lack of physical activity slows down our metabolism and makes us and our children lazy and obese. Environmental factors would include the commercials aimed at our children, like Ronald McDonald and the Hamburglar, or the Burger King as a character. Portion size served keep getting bigger and bigger, and our cultural preferences have become an open menu system where we can pick and choose what we want to eat for each meal. Prices on unhealthier foods keep going down as it gets easier to manufacture higher quantities, all while the vegetables have yet to finish their growing season. Hurried meal times affect better eating habits as well. For example, which is easier to eat in a 30-minute lunch period? Coke, fry, and cheeseburger, or a salad? If we eat more fruits and vegetables and only eat meat a couple of times a week, this will increase our metabolism. And if we add exercise according to our abilities, this will help us to become healthier. If you eat too close to bedtime, it slows down our metabolism, and that's when we get thicker waistlines. You may ask, what is a healthy weight? According to our physician, they measure our body mass index, or BMI, by our weight compared to our height. So for a person of my height of 4'11" and weighing 175 pounds, that sets my BMI to 33 or 34. So in simple terms, I am obese. The best way to get our metabolism going is to get up and get going. This means walking or some sort of exercise. Always make sure to check with your physician to find out what exercises is right for you. It is always easier to exercise and walk with a buddy, and much safer too. Be smart and healthy by becoming active and foregoing the video games. Make it a family tradition. Mom, Dad, and everyone in the family going on walks. Change whatever it takes, such as your food, your entertainment, or your social settings, but get moving and become healthier. We do not always have control over the things that make us obese. Sometimes it is caused by medical problems that have been passed down through genetics of our parents. A great example of this would be my brother had Berger's disease, which is a blood disorder. At this point, only a physician or specialist is able to help. Without getting help, it can become out of control. Unfortunately, most people believe that someone else is always to blame. It is not a question of who is to blame, but how are we going to solve the problem? At home, parents can begin by buying foods that are healthier, limiting portions, and stop eating in front of the television. At school, they can fix healthier meals and limit the portions. They need to reinstate gym and recess back into the school system to help our children to get moving. Rather than playing video games all night, try swimming lessons, taking hikes, or maybe just dancing. Whatever it takes to get moving. So who is responsible for obesity? Telemarketers who target our children just to sell the food? The food service industry that has made larger portions a thing of the norm. Please, supersize me. The economy that has made it harder to buy healthier foods at a reasonable price. The schools that have given our children processed foods over natural foods and taken away the recess. Our community, because it is easier to follow the trend rather than putting our health first. And again, the parents, who have lost most of the control over proper eating habits for convenience. So you see, it is everyone's responsibility, not just one person. And why are they responsible? We've already told you why parents are responsible, but here are a few things that may help. Lowering the carbs and calories in our foods and using less processed foods. Giving children and adults more time to enjoy their meal instead of rushing through it. Commercials that offer foods like vegetables that look like animals or something fun for the kids to want to eat. Opening more activity centers that are free for children for after school. Perhaps having older children tutor younger children in dance or running or hiking, such as the Big Brother Big Sister program. Since obesity begins at home, let's look at what steps have been taken under the healthcare reform law. They have created programs to educate people about obesity, given grants to the schools and daycares, along with better guidelines for better care. Better Care pays for a gym membership under certain plans. And since obesity is considered to be a disability, it is becoming easier to get treatment, and people are being made more aware of the obesity problems we face. Try keeping a journal. It is a great way to find out how an individual family really eats. This would enable them to implement healthier lifestyles and remember to reward themselves when they reach their goals, using baby steps. But do not make rewards with food. The best thing we could do is to acknowledge that there is a growing problem with obesity. Things we can do to reduce consumption of sodas, juices, and things that have high fructose corn syrup rather than the added sugar and fats. Eat more fruits and vegetables, whole grains and proteins, eat smaller portions, use a 7-inch plate instead of a 10-inch plate, drink plenty of water, spend more time outside being physically active instead of in front of a television or playing video games. Get the whole community up and moving, for together we can make a difference, and are not our children's health worth it? habits weren't made overnight and cannot be fixed overnight. Start with baby steps. Become more mindful, make a plan, tackle a new goal each week. Be realistic and practice stress management. By working together, everyone